these figures aren't exactly what I would call wow-worthy.
ShinRobjira.
Godzilla Monster Series from probably Bandai America! Per the probable Bandai America norm, we do not get tags with these figures, but we do get boxes. Very flimsy open L card boxes, and yeah, flimsy is the name of the game here. And on the back of these boxes, there's a very conspicuous space left right next to Godzilla, as if possibly saying, get ready for more! And I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. Shai Goji will be standing at 4.5 inches tall, with Tin Can 74 standing over that. Up first, let's take a look at Shai Goji, because I'm sure as many of you are already thinking, haven't we seen this before, Uncle Robjira? Yeah, you kinda have. Because he looks eerily familiar to this pile of lays. And for the most part, that's exactly what this figure is going to be, a smaller version of the 2019-1954 reissue. The tails are going to angle out the same way. The arms are essentially going to be positioned in every which way. The hands look exactly the same. The feet and the wrinkling of the shins and everything are going to remain mostly the same, and as will most of the suit wrinkles that are present within both. He's got that weird little divot right over here. He's got it. He's got the T for titties. He's got the T for titties. They're both going to have yellow teeth, which, yeah, that doesn't make this screen accurate. Stop saying that. New Boy won't be having the kitchen accident that this dude has on the top of his head. And the dorsal fin paint will be a bit duller than the 2019 movie masterpiece pileup. These two figures also share no dorsal fin plug. It's all part of the body, all one piece. This guy's dorsal fins are just a little bit on the duller side. They're not as angular and sharp, which is about the only thing I would give the 2019-1954 Godzilla. The paint ends in the exact same place for the most part, and that's it for similarities. Now, when looking at this guy from a front-on shot, you're probably thinking, yeah, that's about 54. And it is! But then you take a closer look at the eyes and you can see that the pupils and retinas were actually sculpted onto the eyeball, and neither of them are in the right place. Depending on what kind of collector you are, you're either perfectly fine with that, or you hate everything about this. This is like the 12th time I've bought this figure just at a different size, so it really doesn't bother me, but I can definitely imagine it would bother some, and that's fine. The teeth, despite being so small, don't look all that bad. A little messy in some areas, but for the most part, it's Godzilla. The detailing really doesn't miss a beat. Everything going on here is very Godzillian in nature. The hands may look a tiny bit soft, but for the most part, I think they're passable. I feel like the dorsal fins could have been done up a little bit better, but for all we know, this was a scan of the movie Monster Series figure and then sized down, and whatever happens in that process happened. There will be no paint on the tail whatsoever. Nothing on the claws. Nothing on the toes. Nothing on this foot. Some stuff on this foot. Trademark and Toho Company Ltd. Bandai China. Numbers, numbers, numbers. And the detail on the underside of the tail is just fine. This guy is serviceable at best. I understand why Bandai America went about doing this. It's the first Godzilla. It's an evergreen choice, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bandai America does, like, a Gigan or something very predictable just to get the line started. So for those of you out there who are like, I need a Kumonga and a Kamacuras like now, temper your expectations. Please. I'll give Godzilla Monster Series Shai Goji a solid star in terms of detailing, half a star in terms of paint. I love that Bandai America is probably back with these, but I hate the 2019-1954 Godzilla so much. Like, I was spoiled by the Toho Kaiju series. Mechagodzilla. Hey, Tin Can is back. And yeah, I'll say it, he's definitely missing some paint. Like that his eyes are nice and orange, like that he's got his little pepperoni ears on the side of his head. He's not going to have those red-tipped missiles inside of his mouth, and the MG on his bicep will not be painted either. In fact, the eyes and the ears, whatever those are supposed to be, are the only things that'll be painted on this figure, save for the figure being metallic silver. And, I mean, you should have at least just painted that. Yeah, the MG being blank is kinda sacrilegious, Bandai. But I have no idea what the budgetaries for these figures were, and seeing as how they're much smaller than figures from the past and in the modern day, I will say, probably not a lot. The detailing on Tin Can Opener is as fantastic as you'd expect. Bandai positively loves making robots look as nice as they do, and that does pretty much cover Mechagodzilla as a whole. His midsection's got a lot of but all the different rivets and bolts and just smooth demeanor of this figure is really nice. It's tiring to look at in a way. There's just so much to look at, and I really do enjoy it. And just a little bit more paint would have been nice, but isn't that the complaint all the time? At least for me, that is. I mean, look at that. Look at all that lovely detail. Heck yeah, Bandai! Heck yeah! Some lovely detailing on the other side of the hand and arm. Detailing will be present on the inside of the thighs, shins, and feet. Nothing crazy on the bottom of the feet. Trademark and Toho Company Ltd, Bandai China, numbers. And that's about it. Detail-wise, solid star. Absolutely. But I am going to give this guy a half a star in terms of paint, just because that MG was super friggin' needed. And the trimmings, my guys. I understand this guy is a product of a different era, but the grays on top of the metallic silver, the MG, the little bulbs being orange, the inside of his mouth having paint. I would have loved to have just seen all of this translated into this, and this would have been perfect. Regardless, if this really is a new Bandai America product, they are still beholden to what Bandai Japan is. That being material costs are just really getting up there. They can't produce 8-inch vinyl figures for next to nothing anymore. And before we get to articulation, size comparisons. Shokugan, Movie, King, HG, Finger Puppets, Movie Monster EX Series Mechagodzilla 74, aka a Bandai America figure with a tag, and the Toho Kaiju Series Shai Goji, Memorial Box Mechagodzilla 74, the first and last time Bandai Japan made a tin can from 74, and the NECA 54 reissue, and finally Diamond Select 74 tin can and Playmates Giant Shai Goji. Someone on Twitter asked me just how these figures scaled with the Ultra Hero and Monster line, and here you go. They're kind of par for the course, I guess. I don't know what else to really say. Ultraman Tiga is bigger than Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. How fitting. Articulation-wise, you will get a swivel at the arm, and the other arm, the leg, and the other leg. Nothing at the tail as it is glue-sealed, and nothing at the head. Mechagodzilla will get a swivel at the shoulder, another swivel at the shoulder, nothing at the head, tail's a solid piece, nothing at the legs. Typical movie monster series articulation. Would have loved if Mechagodzilla's head could move, but yeah, I really do feel like Mechagodzilla could have at least used a head swivel. Shai Goji is about what I expected from the jump. And solid star, indifferent star, if I could do that. If these are officially made by Bandai America, I'd really like Bandai America to keep on going. And even if we end up getting smaller versions of Movie Monster Series, Burning Godzilla, Destroya, Gigan from Final Wars, more Final, whatever, I would just like to see this line move. Continue. Not die. Because while these figures aren't exactly what I would call wow-worthy, it's still nice to have them. But anyway, I've been ShinRobjira. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a review of the Godzilla action figure series featuring Final Goji and Kiryu. See you tomorrow.